Is that what I look like? Yeah. I thought I would I threw on some social distortion, some social D as we call it, social D. It's been a minute since I listened to social distortion, and now I realize where I get all of my pessimism. But he rolls his sleeves up, so I decided to roll my sleeves up a little bit, take me back to my 17-year-old days when I was 17 once. I was. So hello, happy Monday. How was your book week? How was your week in books and your week going around this crazy spinning around 7 times? If unless we live on a flat disc, which I don't know what to think anymore. Maybe we do. The flat earthers have been making their case pretty consistently in my algorithms. What does that say about me that I'm getting that served up? I don't know. All I know is they're really making their pitch, and I don't let them. You know, it's entertainment purposes. They put together a compilation of pilots all admitting the Earth is flat. Pilots. So I just think maybe it was a prank, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. How are you all? Is there any flat Earth horror books? You know, and do we live on a thin crust or a deep dish? Like what? How thick is that? These are the new questions I never thought I'd ever ask. But hello, how are you? Hey, Roblo's books is good here. Wow, that was. I'll edit that out later. Mike, good to see you. Jason, I had to take a minute. The Book Obsessionist, Master of Weapons. What else? What else was your Weapons 10? No, what was it? What was your other thing? Anyway. Good to see you. Hey, Zach, good to see you. Zach's mad at me about the First Law trilogy. He's a little mad at me, and rightly so. Rightly so. He's like, I like to think you're a reader, but now you're behaving like a collector, and the worst kind of collector, a collector who doesn't read, or a collector who just collects just to get the next conquest and then moves on. Because somebody's posting the Joe Abercrombie books are now landing. Lit Escalates did a slipcase of the very first U.S. hardcover set of the First Law trilogy, The Blade Itself, Before They Are Hanged, and Last Argument of Kings, which blew up Curious King over the weekend. All kinds of drama. And I was drooling over it. You saw it probably in the Facebook group where Brandon did you posted about it and you got your set, and I was jealous, and I was like, oh, I want to see that. I want to get that. I want to flip it, smack it, rub it down. And Zach's like, would you just read the damn things? God. I could feel it. I could feel the anger. They had edge to it, Zach. They had a little cut, a little serrated edge, and you dragged it back a little bit, which understandably, I get it, and I am going to read it. And I think when I do read it, I'm going to start out with the standard Curious King edition, and then I'll read the other two in that tray case or slipcase. Hello, Jason, Joshua 67. Yeah. I bought this shirt from Walmart. I don't think I need to say any more after that because that's pretty embarrassing. But this shirt was at Walmart, and I had to get it because when I play pickleball with my sons, we up there, and it's like whenever the score gets close to that, like 6-7, and I'll say, "Oh, it's 6-7," and they just like they don't like it because then I'll say it louder, and if there's anybody out, they'll hear it, and they don't like it. They please, Dad, don't say that anymore, and I'll just keep doing it, and so when I saw the shirt, I'm like, now I don't have to do it anymore. 6-7. So yes. Jim Chidser, good to see you. good to see you. Alan, good to see you. Phil, yes. Tim's here. Hello. Kevin Hyman, hadn't seen you in a little bit, and I'm glad you're here. Hey, Maggie, good to see you, Maggie. I would recommend to you, people are going to be like, you're such an asshole. Maggie, you got to read, you got to get this number one. You got to get Arson by Design. Everybody does. You can't come to the lives and not get it. But I just finally read. It's the very first story in the collection, Carved in Salt. I have the chapbooks, okay? And I never read it. This is a badass story. And Maggie, I think you would like it because we both grew up with an Irish grandma who tell ghost stories. Ghost stories are in our family. We appreciate a good ghost story. And Tyler Jones knocks it out of the park with Carved in Salt. Just boom. I didn't know what to expect. I'm like, I had no idea where he was going with it. What an awesome story. And I trust me, no matter what you're saying to your screens right now about me never having read Carved in Salt, I feel far worse than you could ever imagine. How did I not read this? How? Oh, what a great story. So, yeah, that's what I would recommend for you, Maggie. You're not mad, just disappointed. That's worse. I'd rather have you mad. Being disappointed is, man, I let the team down. I let the team down. You know, I'm not worthy of being on the team. This is not good. I'll try to improve, but man, the damage is done. Mad is sort of like there's a storm. You learn, you move on, and there's like no lingering disappointments. Like, dude, this guy let us down in the past. I don't think it's ever, man, this guy made me mad in the past. It's like, yeah, he made me mad. He pissed me off. Jeff's a jagoff. And what an idiot. And it's just sort of the thing. It's the ebb and flow of friendships. But disappointed, it's like, dude, I don't know. Can I trust him? Is this something we can, is this a job we can give to this guy? I'm disappointed. Yes, Brandon, good to see you. We're talking about you and your set. Jason's here. Hello, Jason. Some random guy. Hello. Remember tennis? Oh, tennis. I'm remembering racquetball. And I love racquetball. There are no racquetball courts around here. Now everything's pickleball. Pickleball's fine. It's fine. It's fun. It's fun. But I got to say, there's no satisfaction in hitting that ball. Like you go on a racquetball court, you don't even face your opponent. That's how brutal racquetball is. You don't even look at them. I don't even look at my opponents. I'm up here getting the serve. You stand back there somewhere. I don't know what you're going to do, but I don't even have to look at you. And you're just like, and that ball is like is a bullet. It's like, they should call it ricochet because you gear up. I walk out of that racquetball court sometimes with bruises on. Oh man, racquetball's awesome. And I miss it so bad. If there were racquetball courts around here, I would have a membership. I'd take the boys. And my daughter, if she would like to, it's her prerogative. She does once in a while play pickleball. But yeah, I would. Oh, racquetball. Tim, let's come on up. We'll play some racquetball. We just got to find a court. It seemed to be the trendy thing, right? And then it just died off. Nobody look at that. I gotta say, I was kind of sad to find out that Dick Chiz here was a fiction. It was made up. It was all made up by Mitch. Oh man. I do remember tennis. It's already ordered. Oh yeah. Okay, Maggie. Good. I think you're really gonna like Carved in Salt. I think. For a few reasons, but You didn't read the chapbook? No, I did not. Shh, Mike. I'm telling on myself. Yeah, I don't bother harping. I like it. I think he's a great writer. And what he presents here is so weird. So weird. And you just can't know where it's gonna go. And you don't, in some ways you don't care. That when I say I don't care how it ended, that's usually because I enjoyed the experience so much that it tips like if the whole story is riding on the end, that's bad. Because you didn't give me anything. Like I was sitting there waiting for just this payoff, and the whole experience was a chore to get to that. If that's the case, then no, it's not a good book. But there's a point where it's so enjoyable that the ending is not nearly as important as it is for other books. And then there's the ending, like in Carved in Salt, that it was an awesome family drama. And there's some shit going on there. And the ending is just like, oh man, boom. But so that's even better. So if the ride is enjoyable and then the ending is even like a notch up, all the better. But I don't like people that give too much weight to the end of a book. I don't know. I don't like that. Anyway, let's check in with the Magic Duff Bucket. Let me make sure I'm getting everybody. Hey, Ronan, good to see you. Handball was big back in the day. Yeah, squash handball, where you get the big brick wall and then bam, that little handball. Yeah, and it's just like, where did all that go? Where did all those players go? Like when I played racquetball, I was a young guy, 20s, and I played with these guys who were about a good 15 to 20 years older than me. And we would slug it out, right? But it is not about slugging it out. It's not about hitting that ball as hard as you can. It's just about hitting the ball where your opponent isn't and where your opponent can't return it. It's very much, it's strength and agility and coordination. Yes, there's a lot of athleticism, and you're going to come out of that room dripping sweat. But while that's going on, you just have to be able to execute on your strategies, which are instantaneous. You have to be seeing laser lines all over the room. Where is that ball going to go? How hard do I have to hit it? Do I need to leave it up in the front, make a guy run all the way up? Or do I bury it in the back wall? There's all that going on. But we were playing, and I think I played one time. This 70-year-old Chinese guy comes in there, and he's dragging a leg. It wasn't just started here, and so we got the paddles, and it's fun, and it's fun. But I gotta tell you, it's just not satisfying. You hit that pickleball, you hit that wiffle ball, and you could put all your Chismar anger into that swing. You could hit it and scream, "Take that, Dick Chiz!" And the ball's just like, it just doesn't. You can't really bury it like you could a racquetball or tennis. I've never played tennis, so I mean I did, but I never like racquetball. But I'll take what I can get. We got pickleball. There's no racquetball courts. Hi everyone, been a while. Hey, Jay Stones, good to see you, Jay Stones. Glad you're here. If I'm gonna dive into grimdark fantasy, I want to start with the Black Company first. First Law can wait. Oh, the Black Company. Glenn Cook, is that what you're doing? Who you're doing with? I was going to start with Lord Fowl's Bane because that was way back in the day. Grim Oak Press started, and I think Lord Fowl's Bane was their first. I don't know. It got on my radar, and I'm like, this sounds like one I'm going to buy. I pre-ordered it, and then we flew to Denver for a family vacation. And when we flew back from Denver, my kitchen ceiling was gone because my toilet leaked for 24 hours while we were in Colorado, and it destroyed our house. So I called up. So I emailed Grim Oaks. I said, "Can you please cancel that order? Because I don't know how my money's going to be for a while." And they were very, very nice. And they're like, "Yeah, we realize things can happen." So the first law wasn't even my first option. It was going to be Lord Fowl's Bane, the Covenant series, because Peter Hunt, good friend of the channel, recommended that one. So, Zach, the first law is not the first trilogy I've been ignoring, and I have it. I bought it at Salvation Army, got a slipcase paperback set of the Covenant Chronicles of Covenant, Thomas Covenant, and apparently he's a real bad. He's a very unlikable character. A lot of people don't like the little shit he does when he first goes into this other world. Like that's not a good thing for a guy to do. And therefore he's a complicated hero, but he's supposed to be unlikable. That's a hard thing to pull off. So admittedly, I could see why that would turn people off, but I kind of didn't like Carl from Dungeon Crawler Carl, but I didn't care. He was all right, but like he's not like he's when like Bill Denborough, Stuttering Bill, somebody I'd like to hang out with and talk to, right? Mike Hanlon, same thing. I don't know why I just go to it. Richie Tozier. Those are the people I would want to hang out with and talk to. Dungeon Crawler Carl, he wouldn't be anybody I'd pal around with. Maybe in later in the series, later volumes, he would be. But so I don't need to like the main character on any sort of friendly level. I'm with you. I'm with your kids. I do not like the 6'7" shirt so much. Dad cringe. Yeah, it is. It's that. I mean, that's what it's for. So it is working as intended. So, hey, all right, good to see you. Are you having buffery issues or am I? Oh, I've got connection. Oh no. Now I have no sound. What the hell? I mean, this is wow, no sound and now no volume. Your volume, I mean, it's all here. It's all plugged in. It's all lit up. Hey, I made it for a live show. Been a while. Oh man. I closed it down and came back and now it's fine. I refreshed the app. It's working better. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm going to reconnect Pumpkin Seeds. Wait. I'm going to reconnect one. Pumpkin Seeds by Tyler Downs. Awesome story. Tyler Downs? We got a Tyler Jones. You can't be close. Let's just check it with the Magic Duff Bucket since maybe you're all rebuffering and reconnecting. I don't know. What have you got for me today? Magic Duff Bucket. 6'7". Okay. Oh, look at that. It's a White Russian. It's a White Russian. I don't know if that's acceptable with all the stuff that's been going on in Ukraine for 2 years or 5 years or 8 years. I don't know. I just know. I mean, we could just call it a Caucasian. It's, Oh, Tim, I've been meaning to say, I really dig your dude on your shelf. I should say that under one of your videos. The dude on your shelf, man. Very cool. All right. The dude abides. Jeff, I told you the chiz was in. What? Wait. What? What did I miss? The chiz was in. The chiz was in? What am I missing? Sorry, Jeff, I can't seem to hold a signal. Oh, man. Have a great night. I'll catch the replay. I'm sorry, everyone, for the difficulties. If I had a poor connection, I would get a notice here. So I don't know if it's not on my end. It could be as The Chiz is doing it. Little late, but here. Hey, number one. Good to see you, number one. Definite improvement from Magic Duff Bucket of last week. Yeah. Maybe it's the cringe that's crumping the signal. The buffering on Patreon. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, the buff. Yeah. Yes. We could just blame this guy. You know. Is everyone lagging? No, they reconnected. They dropped off. They reconnected. They're having to find connections. It's just the host of the show is the problem now. There he is. Let's just blame him. I want to get that framed, and then the refund check I got from Cemetery Dance for 5 titles. I want to frame and then put that in there somewhere. The check. I mean, this is hilarious. I laugh at every time I see it. I just wish it was real, and I wish it was intended. I'm sure in spirit, the vibe, he would intend that for me, or not, or he'd just be like, well, you're not even. Why would I even waste my time? Buffering seems to be okay now. Good. Chiz. Urinal target. Hey, that's a great idea. I always wanted to open up a bookstore called the horror section, and it would only be horror books. That's all it would sell. And yes, I would get custom urinal cakes, or a mat inside every urinal of Dick Chiz, and say, go have a Chiz whiz, or something, whiz with Chiz, whiz on Chiz, or something would be in there, and that would be a lot of fun. Mike was telling me there is a in Charleston, right, or Charlotte, North Carolina, there is an event that Philip Fracassi is going to be at, and he's like, you got to go to it. You definitely need to get over there. And who else is going to be there? I think a few other really great authors will be there, but also Richard Chizmar. And I'm like, Mike, you and Tim will have to be my bodyguards in case I go. If I went to something like that in Charlotte, North Carolina, with at an event where Richard Chizmar would be there, I would have to confront him. I would have to go to a signing line or something and just say, hey, could you personalize and say, I'm sorry for being such an asshole? That's the inscription I'd like. Or, I'd like to get the word sorry out of you. What's your name? My name's Sorry. Sorry, Richard Chismar. To Sorry or whoever. Just to fake him into some, like, well, let's just have a pretend apology. That would be fun. But I would need, I think, because also Mr. Purple's going to be there, and he would hit me with his lacrosse thing. Oh, I gotta say, when I was writing my newsletter, I was looking around, and I landed on. I was looking at the emails I get from Dick Chiz, and I landed on his website because it was one of the emails goes, visit richardchismar.com right now. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever been to this site. The site is a mess. It's not even updated. Like, he's giving up on everything. He's just letting it all rot. It's like looking up at a fruit tree and all the apples are just rotten up there. All the peaches, which is triggering because we just had all our peaches stolen. We had 5 big, beautiful peaches on our peach tree. And I was waiting for them, and they're way up there. I'm like, well, they look yellow, but I can't really tell. Let's go out and get them. And then we went out to get them, and they were all gone. There was nothing on the ground. Nobody could be coming into our backyard. We got a lot of mines planted. They would have blown their legs off. So I don't know what did it. I think squirrels did it. Squirrels don't set off the mines. So anyway, I went to his website, and he was talking about himself, of course. And he talks a lot about himself. And apparently in one thing he said, he thought he was going to be a lacrosse player professionally. I'm trying to find where it was. Oh yeah, here it is. I'll just read it. I'll just read it to you because I don't really care. I'm just gonna read it. Like many longtime readers, I can chart the course of my life by when and where I read most of Stephen King's books. Bag of Bones was sitting by a friend's hospital bed every day for a whole week. Insomnia while laying in a hospital bed myself. Black House in a 3-day frenzy at the beach after a surprise phone call from Akiva Goldsman asking me to help adapt the novel into a screenplay. And it, as a college junior, the week after I walked away from a collegiate lacrosse career that I believed at the time defined me as a human being. And it's fun because he makes it all about himself. And that's why he lives vicariously through Mr. Purple. But Mr. Purple will be there along with Dick Chiz. Tim, I need you and Mike to flank me. They won't do anything with you two guys there. They'll just kind of sit there. We need toilet paper with that picture on them. That would be a great one too. That would be a great one. That'd be for the ladies' room. Well, I don't know about that. I take that back. That might be that's a different level of creepy. So we'll just shelf that idea. But I like the idea of that on a roll of toilet paper. Mm-hmm. The horror section. Tim and I will both be there. That's awesome. I have to get something for Chizzy to sign. Hey, man. I don't know. On behalf of all the people you owe money to, how can you sit there? Like, really, how can you sit there and greet fans? Like, yeah, I don't know. Did you see Chiz is now selling Suntup's lettered PCs? Where did they come from? Yeah, I did. I saw it. He's scraping. He's talking about consignments. It's ridiculous. I posted on where was it? On Friends Who Like Cemetery Dance. I posted on that site, that Facebook page. He's listing a consignment. He's selling Turn Down the Lights. He's selling that book as long, and he's saying it's long out of print. It's a collection, and it includes Clive Barker, Stephen King, and the trade edition and the paperback, and all of those are sold out of print. Like, it's gone. But he still has the artist edition. It's supposed to be signed by 9 artists. And I bought it in 2013. And it's sitting there. They keep saying it's awaiting a pre-printing press check. So they got to proof it because, when you leave a file alone for like 10 years, the words just move around on their own. So you can't use those printer files that you totally used for the trade edition because the words reassemble themselves when you're not looking at them. And so it's in limbo. The thing is, it's never getting done. It's absolutely never getting done. So I posted that in the Friends Who Like Cemetery Dance, and a lot of people are like, you've been waiting since 2013. This is insane. I'm like, yeah, I know. And I don't think he has any intention of ever getting that artist edition out. The books on the product update page, the books on there, most of them will never see daylight. They'll never be out. They're so far distant in his brain. And they're not even, they're nowhere near his priority list. He's going to get Pet Sematary out, anything he's written. So Gwendy's Final Task, maybe Flight or Fright lettered, maybe Facing the Crowd lettered. I don't know. And artists, I don't know. I don't even know about those. But a lot of that is just going to be pulped. It's just, I mean, even if he has all those books printed and they're sitting there and he just has to jailbreak them, those books, and I'm sure there are a number of books. I can't be sure. I don't know. I have no inside information, but I'd be willing to place a high bet that a lot of the books on that product update page, the production page, are sitting somewhere at least printed with the F and G's, the folded gathered signatures, the book blocks. At least that they might not be bound in with hardcovers or anything, but I bet you there are a number of books that are just sitting there, and he's not paid the printer or he's not paid the binder to deliver them, to send them. They're waiting on final payment. So they're like, well, we're going to hold this product until you pay us what you owe us. I'll bet you. And he's just like, forget it. I don't care. I'm trying to like just tread water here and make enough money to get out Pet Cemetery. The cash just isn't flowing in anymore. Nobody's buying from him. He's not a real contender anymore. He may, and I had information from somebody that they were going to do another Stephen King book. And I'm not talking about one that's like, I don't think it's The Man in the Black Suit. Because I did hear that sometime before The Man in the Black Suit came out. But from what I heard, it was going to be a new Stephen King book. If he gets a new Stephen King book, that'll be a huge cash transfusion into the organism. Just the same way he printed extra copies of The Stand to get a little bit more money because that was sold out for I don't know how many years. And then all of a sudden, instead of a 3,000 limit on the gift edition, it was like a 4,000 print limit. And I guarantee he did 5,000. Like he's not, yeah, whatever. He's not going to honor that at this point. He's the most dishonorable person on the planet. So he's not going to make sure those numbers are accurate because he doesn't give a shit. But without that Stephen King book, a brand new Stephen King title, nobody's buying from him. And that's a little distracting. So yeah, nobody will be buying from him, and he has no way to jailbreak anything that may be sitting at a third party. So when they do go bankrupt, those places will own whatever he left there, whatever he did, whatever he abandoned as part of their payment. So maybe they would bind them and sell them, or I don't know what. Maybe that's the only way I get turned down the lights. But again, they're not going to just send it to me. I would have to buy it from them because whatever money I sank into that was like $25 is gone. I would never get that back. And basically we're all square. I don't, for the most part, I am waiting for my scariest Stephen King scene. Other than that, we're square and it doesn't matter. I mean, there are some books I'm owed, but like nothing at all. It's at this point. So the biggest thing was The Stand, and that's on my shelf now. So he probably got them from scratch and dent sale. I have Manos. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there could be. I don't see him doing that. I don't see him buying off of the scratch and dent and then upcharging because those are books that are not in demand. He had a lot. He had a lot there. He claimed to be selling for a friend or a longtime customer, whatever the excuse was. And it's just whatever he can get at this point. And I think it's the same thing. Those are backdoor purchases because he's not putting them on the website. You have to just go in and Venmo him or something. I believe that's how it works. Let's see. Sprayed Edge special editions. I remember that one. I'm just looking at his his past emails. Join the street team. I see that. I'm like, this guy is so shameless. It should be studied. It should be studied by our top researchers, documented, and somehow weaponized. Because that level of shameless could win wars. I'm just saying, like, we have a use for people at that level of, well, of course, if you don't control them, it could backfire on you. But Magic Credit, oh my God. He's begging for people to start book clubs. He's just such a piece of shit. He is so awful. So many grand prizes. 4 days of giveaways. I'm trying to find how you can buy these things. He does have them on the website. Oh no, that's not it. Rare new consignment items. So you have to email them to buy them. Whatever. He's really he's a remarkable specimen, this guy. And then did you see he was selling the stand as well? He had dinged copies of the stand, but he was only selling it for 150. What's up, hey cool rooster? Good to see you. How you doing? Hope you're hanging in there, having some good times, good laughs, enjoying yourself, being good and happy. Be happy. Have him sign a photo of Milli Vanilli. That's pretty funny. I would have him, Richard Chismar. What would I have him sign? Just like I said, an apology or some sort of legal document that gives me power of attorney. I'm sure he's that easy to fool. The crazy thing is, if you are on his street team, it ships so fast. Oh, really? Yeah, he gets that out. I mean, there's no hesitation with getting out the book plates or the bookmarks or whatever it is he wants you to hand out. And I cannot believe there are people that would do that. I really can't. It's like Paul Michael Caine's one thing where he's getting paid, hopefully, in theory. I don't know. That's his business. I don't know what he's got going on. But he's selfishly overlooking all the bad Chismar's doing because there's a benefit to him. The street team, there is no benefit to them. Hey guys, you get to be a suckhole kiss ass. Is that good? Would you like to be a suckhole kiss ass? You know, sell your soul for nothing? Yeah, come join my street team. And they do, and they did, and they're, I don't know. I wish I could find it to see what they were doing, what they were selling, because I'm not finding it now. But I'm sure it was paying Venmo. He's using his Cemetery Dance email list to get money to him personally. There's the scam, kids. Santa, is another. Well, I can't say anything. Anyway, I'll join Chiz's street team and more and move all his books into the romance section of the bookstores. Yes. Disappoint all those ladies. And fellas, I know a guy who's reading some romance, some monster romance books. Not this guy, but I know a guy. I believe he's reading Blind Date with a Werewolf. Blind Date with a Werewolf. Very, I don't know, very in touch with his feminine side by taking on a book like that. I saw the cover of the book. I'm like, that's it. It's exactly what I would think that book would look like. So you could judge a book by its cover. So yeah, those ladies will be very upset when they get a Chismar book and he's writing all about himself, his college years, his good buddies, his lacrosse playing. And there's, okay, when does this get spicy? Where is the, is he going to meet up with somebody after the big game? And I'm 100 pages into this and it really isn't going anywhere. Which is pretty much what his horror fans experience. And then there's his little sycophants out there getting their lips all chapped on his ass cheeks. I mean, when they're down there kissing Chismar's ass, are they looking up at him cupping King's balls up there? Like, is that the thing? It's like, someday I'll be able to do that. I don't know. People sell their souls for it's so ridiculous how little people, how little self-respect people have. Mitch is here. Mitch. Remember Mitch? In a few days, I'll be drinking out of my Rapture mugs. Talk about style. Yes. And then Mitch shows up because he heard Rapture. Yeah, that's really good. That's a good thing. I would love to get some more Death Bus Stout. I don't know if that's in the works, Mitch. I kind of felt bad. I asked Mitch for about 6 of those big canisters of Death Bus. And I didn't get him. And then I felt bad because he's the busiest guy in the world. I don't think he's brewing. Are you brewing anymore, Mitch? But if you had 6 cans just laying around, I'll be happy to pay you Tuesday for beers you send today. But good to see you, Mitch. You should do a 24-hour stream. Oh, my God. Some nights, I got to admit, Cool Rooster, some nights it kind of feels like I'm running out of things to talk about. And it does feel like I can't do a 24-hour stream. Oh, we just watched The Long Walk. Speaking of I couldn't even stream for 24 hours. And The Long Walk, the kids walked for like 5-6 days. 5-6 days. It was a great movie. I don't remember the book. I read it when I was like 16. And I mean, I remember the premise. You had to walk, you couldn't stop, and you couldn't even slow down. You had to maintain a speed. And that was all true in the movie. I don't remember the motives of the people that were doing the walk in the book, but the movie was very simple. It was missing something. I think it felt like it was missing a level of production. It felt very felt like an indie film. Is it an indie film? I mean, it was Lionsgate, I think. It was big production, but it felt indie. It didn't feel like it had a full sort of budget, and it was still great. It was still great. Producer Jill loved it. And I think it is because it's one of those things. It's a very simple yet brutal story. And if you've not seen it, I highly recommend it. If you've not read it, I mean, I got to read my Centipede Press edition. Yes, I mean, I didn't read Carved in Salt. I didn't read the First Law trilogy. I didn't read the Covenant Chronicles of Covenant, the Chronicles of Thomas Covenant, and I didn't read My Long Walk by Centipede Press. So there's a lot of joy that's not being enjoyed, So after I read Arson by Design and Traps and Specters, then I'm going back to the territories with the Talisman. But anyway, I digress. A 24-hour stream would be very painful for everyone. I think, for everyone. It's in the works, hopefully this weekend. Yep, I'm still brewing, mainly doing beer stuff on Fridays and Saturdays. How the hell do you have time, Mitch? Because as I was reading, Arson by Design, and I read Shadow Flowers. I mean, by the time I get to read Shadow Flowers or any chapbook, you've already printed it, designed it. Chris did maybe the art for it. I got to say, this has a really shitty introduction. Oh no, the introduction I was making fun of. The introduction to Arson by Design is coming. It's not there yet. So I'm like, that I was gonna whatever. But this doesn't even have the interior illustrations. So you have to read these stories and edit them and give notes to the authors, revise it, proofread it, design it. I don't know how you're doing all of that and holding like a day job and signing deals with Shortwave and brewing. I'm happy that you're still brewing. I'm very happy. That is something I need you to do. So I'm very glad that's happening. Peak Chisma, revisiting my high school glory days, a memoir. I know that's reading Stephen King. He's such he's so soulless that he thinks his book reports on Stephen King are worth selling to you. Like, that's a fine blog idea if you read it and you have something actually interesting to say, like about the book. And at this point, it better be pretty profound because it's all been said about Stephen King books. Unless you take an unpopular opinion like I did on 11/22/63. And I could talk about that because Mark isn't here. And Mark is auditioning drummers right now. So I hope he finds the next Neil Peart. But I can talk bad about 11/22/63 today. But I do have a boundary. So unless you have an unpopular opinion, like you think it's super creepy for a 40-year-old man to think a 12-year-old girl he's not related to and all that is just stunning. She's so beautiful that he has to dance with her in the woods. And then he does dance with her in the woods. Like, if you think that's okay, then you've never had a 12-year-old daughter. And you've never been a 40-year-old man. I don't know how to say. Like, it should be a universally like, ooh, that should give you the ick. This author went, and it was a scene that wasn't even necessary. He went out of his way to have one last dance with Bev, who he basically ran through a whole lot in it. She was traumatized. If a girl lived that life in the real world, she would need a team of support to get through what happened to her. And Stevie couldn't help but send his big time 40-something-year-old hero into the woods to talk about how beautiful Beverly is at 12 years old. It's just weird. And it's you can say what the author's picadillos are and what the character's motivations are. And when the story and the author reward a certain behavior, then it's something they like and they've endorsed themselves. Because it's like, you do a horrible thing in one of my stories and you pay the price. The story will get revenge, or it'll be obvious that it was a bad thing that happened, and that should be an obvious bad thing that happened. Just saying. And so, yeah, you could have an unpopular opinion like that. But I don't think Richard Chismar was going to say anything groundbreaking about any of the Stephen King books. And he thinks that's a word. It's just, he's so, And my mind keeps going back to like, what does he have on King? Like, what is the thing that? Because his writing, even when I was reading his little blurb about revisiting Stephen King, reading Stephen King, whatever the setup copy, I'm like, this is very poorly written, and he's supposed to be a writer. Whatever. When's the address reveal? Address? I don't know what that means. Cool roosters. This weekend, I watched a film I think you would enjoy, Jeff. It's Motor City, starring Ben Foster and Alan Rickman. Almost no dialogue, creative use of soundtrack. Really? That sounds pretty interesting. Alan Rickman's kind of crazy. I never saw Reacher. I'm sure there's a parody movie called Reach Around. My address. I gotta reveal my address. Why would I do that? I can't do that. But that yeah, I've seen clips on YouTube, just like everybody consumes content now in short little bites, and I've seen Alan Rickman in prison beat the hell out of people. Fun. That's fun. The guy's like a mountain. I think Mitch cloned himself, and there are multiple Mitches working on everything. I think so. Did you? Maybe I could show you guys. Maybe not. I don't know. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull this up, because I got a video of Mitch celebrating his deal with. I probably can't show it. No. Yeah, I probably can't show it. It won't show. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But I had a private video of Mitch dancing. Oh, here it is. This is Mitch. Here's Mitch going. There he is. He's celebrating his deal with shortwave. Or maybe this is after he read Death Bus for the first time. I'm not sure, but he kicks some shoes off and bam, goes at it. Look at that. Man, I think you see somebody like that in the mosh pit, you're going to give him his space, you know? There he is. He doesn't have his Pittsburgh Steelers or his Pirates hat on, but bam, look at this. Dude, you don't even need audio. You don't need audio. Oh, now it's playing over here. Got to get rid of it. It's distracting. I've cloned myself and my children, so we have a great system going on right now. So do you say like, I'm not going to say your children's names because that's taboo. But are you going to say like, Boy 2 has to do the stitching on the lettered editions now? Give it to Boy 2. Boy, Boy 2 now has to take up the slack for Boy, and or Boy 1, Boy 2, and then Boy 1.2, whatever. I don't know what your naming system is, but I'm sure Child Protective Services would love to know. Ding dong, Oklahoma. I hear you're abusing your clones by making them work. Mitch had mastered the art of influencing his young children to work in the Rapture mines. Sounds like The Fury by John Ferris. Gross. Really? Did John Ferris get... I remember as a kid, I went to the store, and on the rack, there was the book, All Heads Turn When the Hunt Goes By. And I kept going past this book, and I don't know, a couple of weeks went by, and I kept seeing this book. And then I bought it, and I never read it. But I just thought, what is this book? And it was a John Ferris book. Never read it. Now I kind of feel good that I didn't. Because if it's about some older guy creeping out over a kid, no, thank you. No, thank you for that. I'm not in that business. The Hull House Rapture Army. I sent you that private video in confidence. Oh man, he was like, man, boys, I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. And did a little dance celebration. And yeah. If CPS tries to get me, I'll just start my own CPS company to sign off on what I'm doing. This guy's got it all figured out. He's got it all figured out. He has it. I mean, this guy's going to start. Never bet against Mitch. I don't know if you saw my Rapture, what to expect when you're collecting Rapture video. But I say more than a few times. I think I said it even more, but I had to chop it. I had to chop that video. It was the initial run of that video was 40 minutes. But that's with a lot of mistakes. And then there are sometimes I film a video and I have to find a book. So this, it's not 40 minutes of blah, blah. But I say a bunch of times about how all Mitch can do is win. That's all he knows how to do. He has no off switch. No off switch Mitch. That's better than his street hustling days when he was smack a bitch Mitch. That's better. No off switch Mitch. Mitch Hall, Glitch Hall, Stitch Hall, Witch Hall, Ditch Hall. I can help name your clones. Oh man, give it to Stitch. He's the one that does the lettered editions. Stitch Hall. Man, I don't doubt it. Meat Feet. Yeah, Meat Feet. Let me see what's on the docket. You remember Letterman? He'd have the cards. He made a deal about the cards. I always thought that must be nice. He has it written down on cards. He can go out there in his suit with his production team, and he's got his shit written on cards, and all he had to do was enjoy the evening. That's a job, man. That's the job to have. You could do it if you're not De Niro. Hans got mad at me last week about that. He's not here tonight. Stephen Wayne Allison Jr. is not here tonight. I hope you're doing okay, Stephen Wayne Allison Jr. I hope you're all right. Cheers to you, Scab Dog. Hope you're okay. So, what did I have? Huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? I was thinking as I was writing this stuff down and how formulaic some of this content is, that pretty soon this is going to be like church, right? You're going to come in. It's going to be Monday night. I'm going to say, hey, everybody who's here. I'm going to go down the list of names. And then it's going to go into like this recited, rote ritual where I bash Chismar. I talk about the great, wonderful bindings of the small press world. And then I do a reading. This is a reading from the reading of the first book of the Jeff Word. This is a letter to Jeff to Fracassi. And then I'll read that. And it's going to be very ritualistic, and it's going to be on rails. And you're going to all have things you have to say at the certain right times. Like, what did Jeff? And 6-7. Just I'll send it out. You'll get a daily missile, and then you'll read along. And the only song we'll sing is Out of the Depths, which was an awesome. I think I'm trolled, or I think I was. It might be the Mandela effect. But there was a song that we sang in church called Out of the Depths. And it was basically like people were in hell singing for God to grab them up. And I thought it was the baddest ass song I heard in church, and I would sing the shit out of it. And I can't find it anywhere. The only thing I can find is on Eagle's Wings. Oh my God, how that song, I don't know how many churchgoers we have, the Catholic Church, but there's that on Eagle's Wings. I think Josh Groban sings it. It is such a church song. It's so awful. But Out of the Depths, man, that would be an insanely awesome Type O Negative song. Are you familiar with Type O Negative? Out of the Depths. I'm not going to sing it. Not going to sing it. But, hey, Chad Lutsky's here. Good to see you, Chad. As long as I don't have to tithe. No, you gotta. I mean, I laugh, but that's because you gotta. You know, it's the church. You got to give 10%. 10% and a pint of blood. That's all. It's not much. Jeff Word, chapter 1, verse 25. And so it is written. Chismar shall be cast into a burning pile of excrement for all of eternity. I'm not joining if you're assigning 6-7. No, everybody's going to have their limits, and they're going to find out day one once everybody comes into the church. You know, it's just, yeah. I don't know what symbols we're going to have. It'll be called the First Church of What the Christ. No, it'd be the Jeff Word. 6-7. Hey, let me pour you a big cup of cringe. Worst song ever, Out of the Depths or Eagle's Wings? I'm not joining if you're, oh yeah. Worst song ever. Is that Eagle's Wings? I hope you're saying that. I hope you're not talking about Out of the Depths, because Out of the Depths was like really dark. It's like, I'm not going to sing it, but Eagle's Wings, yeah. that song, it is just so, there's no drama in it. But now I see where Tolkien got it. If you've watched Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. We just watched The Hobbit. The Hobbit, I think, is better than Lord of the Rings, at least the movies. Whenever Gandalf's balls are in a vice, he calls in some eagles. And the whole movie, after he calls in the eagles, that like basically win everything for like talk about Deus Ex Machina, you know, like whatever, the God machine. Whenever the eagles come in and save the bacon, right? You're wondering, well, why did this movie have to go on so long? You call in the eagles number one. First thing you do. Where do we got to go? Well, we got to go to a lonely mountain to get it back from a dragon. All right, bitches. And then he whispers to a moth, get me the goddamn eagles. And the moth flies away. And then everybody just standing around. They're like, Gandalf, what are we just standing here holding our balls for? Hold on. And then eagles come. They lift them to the lonely mountain. The movie is 15 minutes. Because then they go in and they actually wake up Smaug, whatever the dragon's name is. Get up, you bastard. And he's like, what? I like gold. So sue me. Get up. And then the eagles rip the dragon apart. And the movie is maybe 25 minutes. Gandalf, you got the ace in your pocket. What are you waiting for? No, I got to be in like some serious shit. Those eagles, they cost a lot of money. Okay. But anyway. So now when I see that, I think somebody could just put on Eagle's Wings the song over that, and it'll make no one happy, because that I agree with you, Jim Chidester. It is the worst song ever. Just sang it at a funeral. Oh, you had to sing it. And he will raise you up on eagle's wings bear you on the breath of dawn, make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand. I always wondered what Dawn's breath smelled like. Was it like morning breath after Dawn was at the bar all night? Or is it like she just ate dinner and she had an after dinner mint? Or and she drank an old fat? Like, what does Dawn's breath smell like? Will bear you on the breath of dawn. Is that somewhere I want to hang out? Like, make you to shine like the sun? That sounds like an Italian guy. Hey, my buddy's a tailor? Yeah, you go see what's a good Italian name? You go see Giuseppe. Yeah, he's a tailor. He'll make you to shine like the sun, you son of a bitch. He'll make you to shine like the sun. Yeah, shine like the sun. Thank you, White Russian. Yeah. Some Italian, like he'll make you to shine like the sun and hold you in the palm of his hand. Eagle's wings. Maybe the Eagles are really, really expensive. Yeah, so they're a last resort. Right. I think it's like, guys, don't make me call the Eagles. And then you would see Gandalf do that. He'd be like, guys, come on. Don't make me call the Eagles, man. Shit, I haven't paid for the last trip, man. It's expensive. Do you guys got any money? I just can't swing the Eagles every week. Sign like the shun. Mitch, don't tell me you like that song. You can like any song you want. Just that one is so... It makes me feel like the banner over me is love. Ever hear that one? That's something that they made the kids sing in grade school. His banner. Oh my! It's the programming, and some of these songs are just not good songs. They're just there to drill a message into the center of your skull. But Out of the Depths, man, and I can't find it anywhere. I was looking on YouTube and all that. Out of the Depths was the baddest ass church song. Oh man, I'm just thinking about it. Like if you gave that to like groove metal, if you gave that to Pantera, Out of the Depths, if Pantera did it, Metallica could pull it off. Slayer might be able to. Typo Negative could, because they would just do it super slow and just like it would be like boulders crushing your bones if Typo Negative did it. Out of the Depths. Genuinely have never heard that song. I only listen to Dave Matthews Band. Well, Dave Matthews has a funny way to dance as well. I'm not going to pull up any videos of him because that would get the channel flagged. Gandalf never liked having to call Don Henley to get the Eagles. Not the Eagles, man. I'm already gone. Hotel California. Yeah. There are certain things about The Hobbit, the Lord of the Rings movies that don't hold up to much scrutiny. I could see Tolkien going, God damn it. I got these guys in a tree. They're in a tree off a cliff. It's hanging off a cliff. These trees are actually falling off a cliff. The forest is on fire. The hobbits and the dwarves and this goofus wizard have nowhere to go. And there are these orcs on like rabid hyenas that are knocking the trees down. How do I write my way out of the Eagles? Yeah, the Eagles just show up. We'll send them in. Man, why didn't I think of that earlier? Every time his balls are in a vice, he's turning into the Eagles. And I mean that about Tolkien. So yeah, it's pretty fun. Oh, did you all see too? If you haven't, my sister did. She bought Arson by Design from Rapture. I don't know if she purchased the deluxe or the paperback, the trade edition, pre-ordered as it were. But Tyler Jones talked about some updates. Wait, am I not supposed to talk about those? I don't know. He talked about it, but there's some really cool things. My basic thrust of this whole thing, so it doesn't even matter what Tyler Jones wrote in his update section about the book. And I bet you, of the 24 eyeballs that are on this video, you all know about Tyler Jones. You probably already ordered Arson by Design, but I would order Arson by Design, the deluxe edition, if I was you. That's where I was going to end up. So why not just get there? Why not just call the Eagles now to lift Jeff to the point and drop everybody off? Go order it. And Mitch, wasn't it supposed to be 260 copies? Did you just bump it up to 300? Because I now see the print runs 300. Why do I tilt my head that way? I just looked at myself. My body's like askew. Like I'm this is unnatural to me, but look how in line I am. I'm in line. And that's been another episode of Please Make It Stop. Please make it stop. You can, that's cool. I'm going to have a big post and announcement about it soon. So there's 2 stories that aren't in the trade edition that will be in the deluxe edition. There you go. There you go. He told me I could say it, or at least his clone did. Maybe the real Mitch is like totally blitzed on like scotch right now. And he's on the phone with Sean over in Australia, and they're just laughing their asses off. He's drunk as hell. And one of his clones is now on this chat. And he told me I could say it, but the real Mitch is like, tomorrow he'll see this. God damn it. He'll have to chop another finger off his clone. Just put your finger in the cigar cutter. And you're lucky it's your finger, right? So you got to imagine what else could go in a cigar cutter, and certain things could maybe not fit, but whatever. The deluxe is going to be even cooler than before. Yes, we bumped it up because I'm upgrading a lot, printed end sheets and more stories. Look at this. It's going to be the same caliber as Daytide, just not with the ribbon page marker. Hey, Mitch, between us, that ribbon page marker is never a deal maker. That is like the last thing I noticed. I do enjoy a ribbon page marker. I do enjoy it. I do like not having to grab like, what do I got here? Like this SST. I like my SST bookmark, but I do like it. That's there. You have it. That's fine. But it's like, if I had a list of things that I want in my book, I don't even think a ribbon page marker would be in the top 10 things. So that's fine. And is Chris doing all the art in this one? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Daytide turned out just stunning. I mean, when I was doing my video about what to expect when collecting Rapture, one of the funnest things, one of the things I enjoy the most is having the excuse to geek out and get the books off the shelf. And that was fun. That was a fun one because that book is really for your first go at bat. Yeah, it was awesome. Why no ribbon marker? Oh, Mike's not happy. He's pretty pissed off. Not sure if you saw the new Marla edition I just posted on the Jeff Word. Okay, I'll go check that out, Patrick. If you guys are cool and jazzed about the Marla. Then, yeah. Yes, I have a pre-order from Second Flight. Jans is signing there. Okay. Yeah. I don't have a copy. I have the Arc of. Wait, do I still have it? No, I don't even think I have the Arc of Marla. Didn't I send it to you, Mike? I don't remember. Will it get its own glass? I wasn't planning on it, but maybe. Well, Mitch, what else will we have to put on our coaster? Mitch, if we don't have a glass, this coaster is kind of like 6'7", you know? Yeah, Chris is doing all the art. Okay, cool. Cool. Chris is awesome. I mean, I think he does such a great job. So very happy with that. Yes, I agree. Ribbon is nice, but not necessary. Yeah. Candles could be candles. Really not. I mean, that would be cool if you had an arson by, if you had an arson by design glass, even if it was just a shot glass or whatever, and it was filled with wax, had a wick in it. If you filled it up, and then when you burn all the wax out, you have a glass. That would be kind of pricey, but excited for Marla by yes, you did. Yeah, okay, good. I thought I did, and I'm like, I am Marla free here, up in his house, so I don't have it, and I don't think I'm going to be buying it. The spoiler, I'm not. So that's just one book I absolutely did not connect with. It happens. I have hope and excitement for the Jonathan Jan's chapbook from Mitch in Rapture. So I'm looking forward to that. I will give it a read. I'll give it an honest read. But honestly, every time I'm introduced to someone new from Rapture, it's always a hit. That's a cool story, Mitch. Cool story. I liked it. I got to read Spirit of Place. I feel really awful about that. Paul Miller sent me the arc and I didn't read it. That's not cool. You should read Veil. It's so funny, Mike. You say that, and you said that previously. And I just saw somebody talking about Jonathan Jan's, and somebody mentioned Veil and how they hated it. And at the time, when I saw that, I thought of you recommending it. I'm like, God damn it. I'm hoping to find that book to really rally around. Glad you like Shadow Flowers. I love that story. So weird. It is totally weird. I didn't know what was happening at the end when the end happened, and it was so satisfying because I don't want, when I'm sitting there expecting a certain thing, I don't want that. If the book goes to where I'm expecting, I'm somewhat disappointed. Now, if it's an enjoyable journey, it won't bother me that much. But if the whole point is to get you to the end and then have your expectations met, or at least your story predictions met, then yeah, that's not. It was a really good story. It reminded me a little bit of Brothers Keeper. That was another really cool one. It's a lot of great stuff, Mitch. You've introduced me to. Sam Rebeline was awesome. I still haven't read this one. And because it's sold out, I didn't prioritize it. So I got to read it. I heard a lot. You all said a lot of great things about it. So I'm expecting to love it. And we will see. You never know. You never can tell. You never can. Oh, did you see? I'm so excited for this. Desperation is becoming a movie. It was previously a TV series. I never saw it, but it's going to be a movie that is the creation of which involves Sam Raimi. Oh man, there's no other filmmakers. There's Sam Raimi, and the Coen brothers, and they know each other. They're friends. Isn't that cool? Those are the people I totally vibe with. Sam Raimi and Coen brothers, and then yeah, Mike Flanagan's awesome, and then Robert Eggers I really like. But oh man, I was so happy to see it. Desperation by Sam Raimi. Like, let's get professionals involved with these movie adaptations. And it was right after I saw that trailer for Other Mommy. If you read my newsletter, then you know I'm not happy with the fundamental change they made to Incidents Around the House. I think if you buy a movie, if you buy a story because you love the story, you can't change things that are fundamental to the story. So what the movie does is they make it where mommy and Other Mommy are identical some of the time or most of the time. They're played by the same actress. So Other Mommy always looks like mommy until she starts acting funny. That's not how it is in the book at all. That's never a problem in the book. They're never dealing with, is that mommy who's totally crazy? Or is that the entity that's pursuing our daughter? So by creating that level of deception, it is now totally overwritten what made the book work. What made the book work was that there are these parents of this girl who never should have been parents, probably never should have been married, who are trying to do right by the little girl while they can barely hang on themselves. And this entity shows up and nobody can deal with it. And how each parent deals with this thing, what they think they're going to solve, what they think is going to solve it, their desperation, their sleeplessness, their constant vigilance, and ultimately how they question how they came to this point and what real sacrifice looks like is now going to be, did mommy have a mental breakdown and is she acting funny, or is it some entity? It just dumbs it down way too much. And I'm just glad that Josh Miller got paid. And so when I saw that Sam Raimi was going to be bringing Desperation to big screens, I was kind of buoyed by that. That's great news. And just like I saw Long Walk, and that was a great adaptation. And the person who adapted Long Walk is involved with Skeletons, the Philip Fracassi story that was Failsafe and is now Skeletons. And so, like, okay, that feels good. It feels like people who care about story, who care about the original source material, and I admittedly don't really remember The Long Walk. So they might have taken a lot of liberties with it. And I'm just not aware of it. But they still were honoring story, and they could tell a story. And Other Mommy looks very polished, very professional, exactly the opposite of what I felt about Long Walk. I felt that was a little indie, but Other Mommy looks very top tier. it's just a different story, and I'm going to have to take it on at that level. I'm going to have to be like, well, it ain't the same thing, and I've been here before. This ain't my first movie adaptation. I'll get over it. It's not a big deal, and it means a lot of money for Mailman. But if people see that movie and they love the movie, and like, it was based on a book, I want to read the book, I want to get deeper into that story, they're going to be like, oh, that's not the story. How does he play off which is mommy and which is Other Mommy? No, you don't have to. It's not in the book. Did you watch Evil Dead Burn yet? I liked it a lot more than Evil Dead Rise. Damn, I kind of liked Evil Dead Rise. But no, I didn't see Evil Dead Burn. I didn't even realize it was out. I thought that was still I thought that was October, but no, I want to see it. Evil Dead Rise was okay. The ending was a little weird. A little. I say that as a huge fan of Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, Ash versus the Evil Dead. To say it's a little weird feels weird, but it was. I don't know. I don't know if it was all that. I liked it up until the end, so I'm very excited for Evil Dead Burn. If you want a really disturbing werewolf novel, you need to read Wolfland by Jans. It's written like a Jack Ketchum novel, but about okay. See, now that a guy can work with, I can work with that. You're saying Jack Ketchum, you're saying werewolves. I can work with that. If Jonathan Jans is bringing something to that caliber, I'm here for it. Other mommy should have been Bryce Dallas Howard. Close, but not identical to what's her face, Jessica Chastain. I thought she was good in It Chapter 2. I made a joke about Madagascar 3 because when I was looking at her filmography, I saw very little of stuff I recognized. Not to say that I'm some big connoisseur of fine film, but I just didn't recognize anything else she was in, and I thought she was good in It Chapter 2. But anyway, Bryce Dallas Howard would have been a better choice. Smoke Show. Is that a smoke show? But you were okay with Cabin at the End of the World's ending being ruined and Knock on the Cabin because it was dumbed down. See, it's not hypocrisy if I said it. No, I was fine with Cabin at the I knew basically. Well, and here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. My adoration or my love of the author is directly related to how possessive or territorial I am to their book. So when I see Alter, it's an A24 film, I'm going to be like expecting they honored the story. Now, with the Philip Fracassi story, Alter, it's a very short story. It's very singularly focused. There is a lot of room to take liberties to flesh out, and my understanding is they do. So I hope they do it with respect and originality and creativity. Incidents Around a House, Josh Malerman. I think the guy is brilliant. Full stop. Love what he does. Love Incidents Around a House. I think it's one of the scariest books I've read in a while. And so I'm going to be more German Shepherd, let's say, with regards to that work. Cabin at the End of the World, I really liked it. I thought it was a very great moral story about what people mean. Like, what is the world to you? If the world is ending, or like your world is ending, like what's more important to you? So I liked it, and I love the ambiguous ending. I'm all for that. So I guess I just didn't mind all that much because I kind of expected that the end would make a choice. But like nothing so here's another way to look at it. Like they made a choice about how it ended, whereas the book kind of left it, obviously left it open. And you could say that the book and the movie actually agreed on the ending, because if you're one of those people who took the evidence from the book and laddered it and extended it out to realize that this is the only logical conclusion based on the evidence of the book, then you agree with the movie. But it didn't change the fundamental device of the movie or of the story. So it didn't make it where these people who break into the cabin and hold the family hostage are anything but who they say they are. They're identical. Everything up until the end is identical. But what Other Mommy does is change a fundamental twist. Now, adding that level of, is this mommy or other mommy, makes it opens up a whole bunch of new possibilities that were never within the original universe. Whereas the book just made a decision for you at the end, or the movie, the M. Night Shyamalan Knock at the Cabin Door, made a decision for you. So it did spoon feed you an ending, and that is a shame. You should read the book for sure. Question: what's your favorite Stephen King book? Oh, okay. Well, Cool Rooster, that would have to be The Stand. The Stand is my favorite Stephen King book, and I don't know. I was a little older than you when I read it for the first time. I was probably 15, but it's a great book. It shows you what humans think civilization should be. I think I'm butchering it, but anyway, I like the trailer for Other Mommy, but also I cannot remember much about incidents. Just that I liked it. Yeah, the trailer. I did like the trailer. I thought it was a very creepy thing, but I mean, incidents around a house. Bella's pursued by an entity, and early on, it seems like everybody thinks it's a imaginary friend or something the girl's going through, and then the entity is basically seen by everybody, and it is clearly not mom. The entity calls itself or purports to be Other Mommy, tries to, endear itself to the child. So, and the book is written from Bella's perspective. So everything is sort of like, well, I really don't know what's going on. I don't know why this thing is here. And, I don't know why my parents are, you have to look at the story from the child's point of view and understand what the adults, what their actions actually mean that maybe the child's not picking up on. And that way it's super brilliant too. And the movie can be forgiven for not telling the story from the child's point of view. Although they could, but that would be very weird. If it's first person view, POV from Bella's point of view, that would be kind of weird. Had some genuine creepy moments in that book. Yeah, it did. It totally did. And I was really worried that they were going to reduce those genuinely creepy moments to just jump scares, and they are. Obviously, there's one in the trailer itself, so there's going to be a lot of that, I imagine. But it was so much more, and I don't know. Chastain was in Mama. I like that. I didn't see that. Chastain is deaf a smoke show. Oh, Mitch is coming out with the phrases. Like, I don't know. I guess you're an adult. You could say those things. Mitch, I think he's into his drinks a little bit. I think that's why we're getting comments like that. When I saw that Blumhouse did Josh's movie, I was disappointed. They ruined 90% of everything they do. Let's hope they're learning a thing or two from A24. Oh, we can only hope, Chad. We can only hope. I think, and I got to say, there was this post, I think it was on Books of Horror, or no, it wasn't Books of Horror because it was about movies. And they're like, what's a movie that thinks it's clever, but it's really just pretentious? And all the comments were A24 films. And then a lot of commenters were coming back like, wait, is it pretentious just because you don't get it? Or wait, is it pretentious just because you're too stupid to appreciate it? So there was a lot of backbiting going on. And Beef Daddy will just scroll. Like, I didn't have anything to contribute. And I thought arguing's a waste of time. But yeah, I think I would love for a lot of studios to learn from. I don't really remember a lot of Blumhouse stuff. So I know they did publish Hark the Herald Angels Scream, and I loved that book. but I don't remember a lot of their movies. Yeah, and I think Other Mommy's going to be pretty trite. And again, I can't get too worried about it. I won't be. I just hope Fracassi got paid well. That's what's great about movies. Yeah, I do too. And I hope Mallory got paid well. Hope they all get paid well. And like I said, people will discover their works. And if you change it too much, then they're not going to appreciate the source material if they liked the movie translation. I don't know. Okay, good night, number one. Sound keeps cutting out. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get cut in two. I did want to make you guys aware of one thing that Haunted Minds Book Club is doing, and that is having a Q&A with Anya Alborn. And if you go to the Haunted Minds Book Club and see the post by Courtney J. Madden, and you leave a comment, you could possibly win a signed copy of The Unseen in paperback, and have your question asked directly to Anya Alborn. There's some familiar faces in the comments already, so I just want to make you guys aware of that because it's fun. I think it's fun. So get over there, have fun, maybe win a book, a signed book, Anya Alborn. You know, what else? What could go wrong? If anybody's got a Lobo bag clip from KFC did a Supergirl meal, and as part of their toy, they gave away a Lobo bag clip. Lobo, this guy right here, Lobo. He was played by Jason Momoa in the movie, and I've been a huge fan of Lobo since 1991. I've been collecting all of his comics. I fell off probably around 1997, but this is the first movie he's ever been in, the character, and this is the first toy ever made in his name. And I went to KFC and we ordered a dinner because we were going to someone's house, and we got 4 blind bags and none of them were Lobo. So if any of you got Lobo, let me know. That's all. I wrote that down, so I had to say it. I got to say everything on this list, or the troll that makes me do these lives will cut off another one of my toes. There are times I don't read everything or get to everything on my list, and then that troll cuts off a toe. His name is Rumple Foreskin. Yeah. I said that into the microphone. There was some drama over at Curious King on Facebook. The fans of Curious King. I'm not going to do it now because it's I'm overtime. So thank you, White Russian, making me go over 6-7. Is it worse when I do it like that? So good night. I'm gonna get going now. That's really all the show I have. Money back guarantee. Good luck to you, Mark. Hope you get a good drummer. Beat those skins. And I hope you're healing up really well, Stephen Wayne Nelson Jr. Hope you're doing good, Scab Dog. And Mitch, congratulations to all the great things happening. And you're still going to get me beer. That's pretty awesome. Exponentially worse. I love it. I'm glad. That is. Jeff, the book obsessionist said you were talking about me. Oh, Mr. Weapon. 6-7. So good night. I'll see you all later. I'll see you later, Mr. Weapon. Later. I made it too strong. There's there's too much vodka in it for White Russian, but that's it. We're out. We're done. Out of rope at the end of it.